What? Sw- Swans are evil. Please elaborate. I was going to do the usual whole intro and hello and all that jazz, but I just read that comment. Please explain. Why are swans evil? I really need to know. I agree with you. They are evil. They're hissy little so and so's. Um, did I put the light on? I did. Yes. Right. Good afternoon to everybody that is obviously trying to avoid doing any DIY. They've just woken up. They've got a hangover, or just have nothing better to do on a Sunday. If you're watching this on a rerun, then enjoy. I'm doing this live just now because Karen's away out at the shops. I'm supposed to be doing stuff in the house, but I thought I would come out here and just what's the technical? There's an expression I'm looking for here. It's fanny about. That's it. I'm just going to fanny about for a wee while. So I thought I would bring you along. So there's people actually here. Good afternoon to everybody that's in chat. Good afternoon. Just so many people avoiding doing DIY in the house. It's impressive. You're very impressive. Skiving. Yes, Mr. Cuz Steve Davidson. Skiving indeed. That big bloody spider. Right. This shouldn't take long. All going well, because I don't actually have much to share with you, unfortunately. It's just connect. There it is. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I was looking for this tank for the past 2 days, and it's actually sitting right in front of me. There you go. Where was I going with this? Yes, I don't have much to show you because I kind of went review crazy for a little while there. There's so much stuff arrived at the same time, and so just lots of reviews were generated. And now there's not going to be as many reviews getting generated because I don't have as much gear. But there we go. There we go. I'll go and hello to everybody that's in chat once again. Greetings from Portugal. I hope you get the chance to visit. I'm so desperate. I really want to get back to Portugal. We were actually on. There's a webcam at Cabanas. And one of our pals, or Karen's pal, is looking to buy a new apartment in Cabanas, and we just want to get back. I want sunshine. I've not had sunshine on my face for. I mean, people go on about my colour balance and say that my colour balance is all out. I am this colour. In fact, I'm actually about 5 shades whiter than this colour. Somebody wants what's your recommendation for the best high-end e-juice? Firstly, if anybody tells you that it's high-end e-liquid, don't buy it. It probably just comes in a bottle. Remember that used to be the way. Remember, it wasn't high-end unless it came in a glass bottle. How can you have high-end e-liquid? I don't know. I suppose you can if the ingredients and... Yeah, I suppose. I wouldn't know. I mean, these days, I only vape this, and it's pretty shit. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, I vape it all day, every day, and it makes my hair go grey, and it's not actually very good for you. And the guy that sells it is a bit of a sexual deviant, so... But no, that's a good segue actually. What do I vape these days? All joking aside, Simon, Jedi's Punk, RM's VC, and it's not 0, it's 3 milligram. has predominantly been my daily vape for quite some time now. In the juice drawer, I've almost finished all my strawberry fields. That's all but gone. We do have this stuff. I do love my crack currant. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of you know Mark from stays north from me. He's a grumpy. He's not really a Scotsman, but he stays in Scotland. Do you know, if you were looking for a definition of high-end e-liquid, it's probably Mark, and because of the ingredients that he uses, go to the Crackheads Facebook group and ask him. He might growl at you and groan and moan, but find out the differences between the ingredients that go into this stuff and your average kind of e-liquids. It's quite scary, actually. What else have I been vaping these days? For my mouth to lung stuff, I still tend to use my Steam Island. That's just a 50-50, 6 milligram I use for mouth to lung. Do you know, that's about it? That's all I've been vaping recently for a while. I need to get onto a new juice. I need to change my juices out. I keep thinking about having a complete refresh. I mean, I vaped Nata, which Just Add Nick sells. The two different variants of Nata and Pistachio. I vaped for months and months. I mean, Nata I was vaping for a couple of years, but I ran out, and Simon sent me some more Jedi's Punk, so I've just been vaping that. A true Scottish tan. Sorry, I'm just got. Yes, there is always Palmetto from Vapor Bay, which is okay. It's okay. It's okay. There you go, Alex. There's your plug. That's all I've got for you today. I vaped it all. What else can I tell you? I vaped it all. Yeah, it was either watch this or carry on watching Bob Mortimer fishing. People rave about that. They say it's really good. Not a huge fan. Anyway, what have we got? What's the flavour profile in Jedi's Punk? Vanilla custard. Vanilla custard. I started off vaping what I smoked, which was menthol. Smoked menthol. I vaped menthol for pretty much vaped when I started. Started off. And then does anybody remember Pixie's Juice? Was it Pixie's Juice? And Mrs. Lord's and Pixie's Juice. I was really into them for quite a while. And then it was Grant's Vanilla Custard was Grant's Vanilla Custard for years until TPD kicked in. But Vanilla Custard has always been my favourite. I need to vape. I've not had a vape yet, have I? I've not had a vape yet. Ben, you should have that high-end e-liquid guy. Sorry, Ben. For those of you that know Mark White, the thought of having him on an interview type thing, no. It's just, that would be so dangerous. Sorry, my apologies. Yes, Goose Juice as well. Goose Juice. Holy crap! When did I start vaping Goose Juice? That was Goose Juice was it Quacksters? Yeah, it was Quacksters. That must be 5-6 years ago. Must be I started vaping that. Who are no more. If you don't know, Quackster's juice factory is no more. They closed down this year. I'm pretty sure there's a company in the EU that bought the recipes and the brand and will be selling it again. So like, you know, Goose Juice and Duck's Breath, and I think they're going to be re-released by this company. There is a Goose Juice out there, but it's not the Quacksters Goose Juice. It's just, they just copied the name, but it's nothing to do with the Quacksters juice. I've not tried it, so there you go. Gareth, I don't actually know. I do know who's got it, but I don't. They've not gone public or said anything about it yet, so I don't want to. Smoking Steam's just found out how to do a live chat during a Patreon stream. Yeah. Boca Poca just ordered Jedi's Punk. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Listen, if you like vanilla custard, it's a really good vanilla custard. It really. If it was shit, I wouldn't vape it. Yeah, that's simple. I wouldn't vape it. Right, vape. There we go. And I am I'll tell you what I'm vaping. Here we go. I should really turn this thing on and show you. How does this wee bar? Oh, I can move that bar along. This thing. That's what I'm vaping today. Actually, I've been vaping this for the past 2 days. It's the only gold har in existence. Much to Sasha's disgust, I have it and he doesn't. And that's on the Muse by GP Mods. I always forget. It's not GB Mods. I'm sure it's GP Mods. DNA 60. So that's what I've been. One of the mods I've been vaping with. That's better. I know this is going to sound terrible, and you can write this off any way you like. I really do enjoy vaping with the har, strangely enough. It's just, that's over a year old now. It's over a year since that was released. Thank you to the 3 people that bought one. We appreciate you. We really do. But no, I still enjoy vaping with it. Still enjoy vaping with it a great deal. Justice for... Oh, I almost said it. I forgot he was there. He's... Yeah, he had a big sweetie before we came out here, so he's not getting anything just now. He's not getting anything just now. Plus, he's almost asleep again. Almost. So I'll just leave him there just now. No Vapor Bay or Haku e-liquid. No, is the honest answer. I'm not vaping it just now. It's not what I'm vaping just now. So, Glenn Smith, you know nothing. You're wrong. It's perfectly balanced. Look at that matchiness. That's perfect. Look at me. Look at how I dress. I obviously know about fashion. So. Oh, it's somebody from Romania. Hello, Romania. Is this the new couch, Mark? Yeah, nice one. Tim. Hello, Tim. Are you going to do a review of the Armour 1 5-year edition? You mean this little thing here? Oh. Well. Do you know, I've been really enjoying it with a simple round wire build. I don't know if I'll review it as such. I don't know, because it's I've already reviewed it, and I've shown it off in a couple of vlogs, and I don't know if it needs a review as such, does it? Did I ever review the original? I did an unboxing for it. Oh, that was for members only. Sorry, that was for members only. I don't think I've actually ever reviewed the V1. I might do actually. If I get, I tell you what, if I get stuck next week, if I've nothing to review or whatnot, I'll do the Annie edition. Yes. Oh, Pakistan, Garai. Yeah, Jake, I'm with you. I vape I smoked the same cigarettes for years, decades, and I never changed. And I've never been somebody. I know for some people they love checking all that e-liquid out and trying different ones. It's never been that for me. I've never been that way with vaping. I much prefer just finding something that tastes good and just sticking with it. But I get why people. I mean, there's so many flavors to try. Why not? Mick, are you still on holiday, buddy? Or are you back yet? I hope you're having a good time, whatever you're up to, man. What's your favourite Kayfun? The very first one. The very first one. The just going. Where are we going back to? No, not the J Fun. The Kayfun. Oh, that's going back. Well, we're going back to the version 3. I think I've mentioned this before. Was it was a guy on Vape Pit? I've forgotten his name now. Ah, that's embarrassing. Was it Void or shit? His name's gone out my head. When the first Kayfuns kicked off, but at the start, when they first kicked off, he bought one from Germany and I no, it was Russia. I think it was Russia they came from, and I chipped in and got one as well. I still prefer the OG ones. I haven't vaped one in so long, but yeah, it's. I had a love affair with them way back. You know, when the Kayfun Light as well. I had drawers full of accessories and decks and everything, and then everything else just got kind of as good. You know, there's so I don't really have a brand loyalty to Kayfun in that. There's Optimist, Garai. Is that a baby bottle next to the 3D printer? Now, that's a water bottle that I'm supposed to use every day to stop me drinking coffee. But I keep drinking coffee, so it just kind of sits there. Sorry. Right, what else am I vaping with? So, the Har. Obviously continuing with the plugs, because why not? I'm still using the box. For those of you that don't know, and if I repeat myself, or you've heard me saying this before, I apologise, because some things I've said in lives with patrons and so on, and I forget whether I've said it to the patrons or if I said it in the last vlog, so I'm sorry if this is an old man repeating himself. But the box, so I got a review one, which was the Extreme Kit or whatever it was, so it came with the box and every accessory. That was kind of charity giveaway, or it was given away to a patron or something like that. And then I remembered that I hadn't actually tested the Kyo with a box, so I went and bought a box and just to try it out, and with an 18650 Molly cell not delivered, it was £55. 55 quid with a really good battery delivered. How insane is that you can get them for that price now? Because I think it's a really good mod. For £55, if you want to get into the Boro tank world, it's brilliant. Anyway, so I'm vaping away with this. You do. I'll mention this now. Sorry, the Kyo's about. It will be out before Christmas. It will be out before Christmas, right? So the airflow that's coming out the front with this, with the box, because you've got the two slots in the front there, and there's no kind of pathway or restriction on the airflow because it's just coming out the front there. You will get more with this device. You will get more air than you would with the HAR. But when you put it into things like the Delro and a billet box, then it does dial it down a little bit. I'm actually going to, I've got lots of spare doors from a Delro. I'm going to chop one up and try and make it air hole in front, so see how that works. But yes, the KO hopefully will be another couple of weeks, and it'll go out to the wholesalers and the shops and so on. Hi Christopher. Look, I got the impression high-end vape gear is dying. Not much new stuff coming out anymore, and the new stuff we do see is a vague copy of what already exists. I'll be honest, this is possibly not the opinion of that I should give, or what some people want to hear. How can I put this? I think, as you possibly know, I'm not a huge fan of the definition of high-end vape gear. Never have been, never will be. It's not that I entirely disagree with it, it's just that some people use it as a means of lording it over other people, saying, look at me, I've got this high-end mod and you're just vaping on this mass-produced mod. It doesn't matter a shit what you're vaping on, as long as you're vaping. I do agree. I think that the number of non-mainstream companies, right, you used to have like your little bespoke modders and cottage industry type modders. I do agree. I think they are shrinking. There's less and less of them. Some of them have just given up the game. Some of them have actually gone the other way and are putting out more gear than they used to before, so they're more mass produced than anything else. And yeah, but then I think a lot of that comes back down to, you know, when vaping was a lot smaller, there wasn't as many vapors. There's just so many people on the scene now. Sorry, just as I go off on a tash, Dublin Vapor, who's doing the box for £55? It was somebody in chat will remind me. Aspire box. Where did it? Who's? There we go. Will I get into trouble for showing this? Bit and Pieces Vape. All one word. Bit, B-I-T, and Pieces Vape. That's who's doing it for. Are they doing? What's the? Oh, there's oh no, they've bumped the price up. The silver one is $54.99, but the tuxedo one is $64.99. But it still comes with a Molly cell battery with it, but it's still cheap. But you've got postage on top of that in the UK. I don't know if they post abroad or anything. I don't know that. So, right. UK Aspire vendor. I don't know how much if they're selling it for as cheap as that. I really don't know. We're collectors of nice shiny things. Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I do notice these days is the price of gear. I'm a firm believer in that you can get a £25-30 RTA, you can get a £250 RTA, and you can get the just as good a vape from the two of them. I believe that. I firmly believe that. The way they were designed, the way they went to production, the number that are produced, the build quality, the support, everything else is very, very different. But the way they vape may be the same. I had a point to make there. It's gone. It may arrive back in my head in a little while. No, what I was going to say is, so pricing and as far as vape quality goes, I don't worry about that. If I see an Atty that I really want and really like, and it costs say £200, I'll still buy it if I know the modder, if I want to support the modder, and yeah, there's that. But the price of Atties is going up and up and up and up, especially in what we would call, or what some people would term, high end. I'm really surprised the price of some in the gear now. I mean, like what was it? The Nisoko RDA, the SGD. That's over €200 for an RDA. For an RDA, over €200. I'm like, it's okay for me, I got that for free. But for some people, you know, they must look at that and go, how the hell can people charge that much for an RDA? I could bore you to death about why they can charge you that one, but maybe not today. Night Tom. If not much better sometimes, look at the Nitros. The Nitros. Yes, the Nitros is superb. It's a cracking little RDA. It really is. Christopher, the bar is much higher now for shed builders now. Makes startup much harder. I agree. I totally agree. Mass produced works out cheaper to make than 100 of it. Kevin, I mean, that's the thing, Kevin. You're absolutely bang on. Right. Maybe shouldn't say this, but who cares? Don't tell anybody I said this. This is myself and Vanya and Del, or Van and Del, and Sasha. Sorry, I should say. This is going to be selling for £66.66. That's the RRP. Our minimum order quantity was 1,000. Now we're just 3 guys with not a huge amount of capital, and we don't know what the audience is going to be like or anything like that. If we had a better idea of how much we could make, if we ran off 5,000 or 10,000, we could probably half the price of this. And we would half the price of it. But what it cost us to get it manufactured, and by the time we sell it to buy it from the factory, manufacturing, production, prototype and all that jazz, and then the wholesalers buy it who sell it to shops, and then it gets to you, that's when it becomes £66. So price goes up like that. Take the Nisoko, they're only going to make 230 of them. The price for manufacturing 230 of these is going to be really, really high, because they're only making a couple of hundred. And most of you know this. Most of you know that. Anybody that has any inkling in business and production and whatnot will know this. So when you see in comments, YouTube comments, people ranting about it shouldn't cost that much, it costs that much for a reason. It costs that much for a reason. I'll not deny there are some people out there that play the game really well, but other people, that's that price for a reason. There you go. COVID pricing, yes. Pay and buy what you think it's worth, yes. And who cares what somebody else spends their money on? Honestly, if you see Billy Bob has spent €300 on a tank, so what? It's his money. Crack on. Why didn't you do a review for the Millennium RTA? I never got one. I can't review everything, and I can't actually remember why I never bought one. Just didn't come across my desk or my radar, I'm afraid. Free the Minds still on Vape Coconut Caramel and Hazelnut Honey from Alchemist Cupboard. Chinese quality has improved. Chinese quality has always been available. It depends how much you were prepared to spend. There's always been... There's lots of different factories in China and lots of different machine shops, and you pay X amount. Let's just say you go to a factory and you pay, say you pay £20 to get something made, and it has 5 parts in it. They'll just rattle these 5 parts off, chuck it in a box and put it out there. You could pay double that. They'll do each part, they'll QC each part, they'll assemble it, they'll test it and put it in a box. You pay for the service you're getting. So it's, I do agree with you, there's yes, you're right, but there's more to it than just saying China has better quality machine shops. Does that make sense? Anyway, what does the 3D printer for? What's it for? It's for printing stupid things. It's for printing stupid things. Actually, right now, I'm mucking about with printing off boxes, mods, or things that look like mods that I'm wanting to get ideas for. Anyway, that's what I'm using it for just now. Patrick, the cost talk is really persistent since a lot of years, always the same discussion. Yes, it is. But the strange thing is that it's not changed. People are always still talking about it and saying that costs too much. They're charging too much. And without having an understanding of why it costs so much. Anyway, that's by the by. Lee, hello. Pam's here. Pam, thank God you're here. We can start again. Right, what else am I vaping on? Actually, I'm not vaping on anything. I need a puff here. Here we go. And that's the Kyo in the box. I'm also going on this. I'm still vaping on the Gobby. And how's that for a shocked face? You know, he's just saying, oh my God. I love this mod. I really do. Obviously made by Aiden at Tippy Mods, who I don't know if he's jacked it in again. I don't know if he's still making mods. There's my other Tippy mod. Now that's not doing it any justice at all. How gorgeous is that? He made beautiful gear. I mean, he does. He makes beautiful gear. Does our Aiden, and obviously there's my other one. They are that I'll not. They are slightly taller than some other mods in the market, but I love them, and he's such a nice guy as well. That yes, there we go. Who have we got? Cost of materials has gone up as well. Yes, very true, very true. We're getting this is off on a tangent. We're getting new doors fitted in the next couple of weeks, front, side, and garage door. And the guy was saying that normally he has like he quotes, and then there's 3 months window to when he gets the gear, and then he fits it. And he's having to re-quote now because the price of materials has gone up that much in 3 months that he can't stick with the original quote. And that's across the board and everything. Tim nailed it. If something costs too much, then you can try and make it something yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Have you ever hated it? Jonathan says, have you ever hated an Atty when you first got it, then went back to it and loved it? Many times. There's many times when stuff comes in for an unboxing that I've not enjoyed it necessarily out the box, but then tried another build in it and and really enjoyed it. That happens a lot. That I'm not bashing anybody here when I say this. I'm not bashing, but out the box reviews or people that do out the box videos, you should never ever base your purchasing decisions on an out the box video, because the vape, you know, they could have put, you have to put different size coils through something. You have to vape at different wattages with different juices, VGPG ratios. There's so many things you have to do before you can form a proper opinion on something. Just doing it out the box tells you very, very little. And it doesn't matter how long you've been vaping for. It doesn't matter. You can miss things. Trust me. If anybody's seen me unboxing something, they know that that is true. Is 1mm DO dead? I don't know what you mean there. Is that diameter? Lee Williams, the Cycro. I remember. For anybody that saw my unboxing for the Cycro RDA when it first turned up, oh my fuck. That was embarrassing. That was, yes. And I love it. I really rate it now. I really rate it. You've never smashed an Atty with a hammer? No. I was taking grinders to Atties years and years and years ago. I was in here with an Atty with a grinder, destroying it on the desk. A long time ago. So, it must be about 7, 8 years ago. What was that again? I think I've actually still got, what was it? 2 seconds, just, oh God, I hate Macs. I really do hate Macs. Why? I keep some really dodgy photos. Beam review details. No, you can't see it. It was one that was it was a multi-post design. It actually had like 8 or 10 posts inside it, and you built the coils, and then you could rotate the bottom of the device, the dripper, and it would change resistance because you had so many coils inside at different resistances. It was one of the worst pieces of shit that I'd ever come across, and yes, I destroyed that in camera. I think it's the only time I've really done that. Anyway, there we go. I saw somebody mention the vape snail there and the Cubics. Is the Cubics really as good as the vape snail? I would say yes, you can get one to vape as well as the other. I don't know if I would say it's yes. If you don't have the budget for a vape snail, buy the Cubics. Yes, that would be it. If you've got the vape snail and you like it and you're happy with it, then stick with it. Go with what your budget allows. It's that simple. Sick boy and good luck pinning him down. Yeah, I'm usually pretty vague and stuff like that. Ryan, how you doing? What about the time you almost destroyed a Satburn? Mr. Mackenzie, can you please leave the room? We don't like to talk about that. Remember the Atmom Mechani. It took me years to learn how to say that properly, by the way. The Loki V2. Yes, I remember that. Right, what else am I vaping with? The Gobby is. I want to say I'm loving it. I'll tell you that the vape quality from it and the pins that are available, it's really easy to build. It will take a 3mm ID, 2.5, 2 you can do mouth to lung, you can do direct lung with it. It looks very hussar like, but there are a couple of things that unfortunately I really do not like about it. But I will be doing a review for that this week. I'm supposed to have the BP Mods Insider here. It was supposed to have been here ages ago, but I don't know what happened. So, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I would probably just end up plugging the KO in the review. Right. The only other thing I'm puffing away on is this from DigiFlavor, which is the Siren G. Takes pre-made coils. It's a Siren tank that takes pre-made coils, and an 18650 mod or an 18350 mod. It just has 3 different power settings, and yeah, there you go. So I'm going with that. That's what I'm vaping just now. I should mention here, right, short and sweet version. A while ago, I think about a year ago, I started up YouTube members. It was for $1.99 a month. You got access to unboxings, so everything brand new that came in, I would do an unboxing video. I would do lives, do giveaways, couple a month. Stuff would go away, and yeah, that was it. I had YouTube members, but it all went a bit pear-shaped because YouTube members wasn't sending out notifications and wasn't telling people about lives, and it was a beta service which just seemed to be a bit flaky. So I changed over to Patreon last week, and it seems to be a bit more stable than YouTube was, and it's easier for me to update people. Short and sweet version. I don't want your money. Don't join the Patreon. It's $1.99 plus VAT a month. That's the only tier there is, and for that you get all the stuff I talked about. You get the live video, live unboxings, vlogs and updates and all that stuff. Just if you want to support the channel, then there's an option for you there. I'm not asking you to do it. If you don't want to do it, if you want to go and spend that money on a cup of coffee, go and do that instead. Mighty happy with that. I don't need your money, but if you want to support the channel, then it's nice, and it means that I can occasionally go out and buy something la-di-da and show it off to you guys. That's it. So there is a Patreon thing now going. We'll leave it at that. Libo Sahohama, I have no idea how you say that. I apologise. Can I ask the difference between cheap and expensive mods? I mean, they all do the same thing, heat the coil. I don't know the difference. I mean, you're pretty much right there already. We did speak about that a lot earlier on. We did go over that earlier on. Depends what you want. Some people are hobbyists, and if you're watching this video, if you're listening to a fat bloke in a shed on a Sunday talk, there's a good chance that you're into the hobby side of the game. Some people like buying certain types of gear, and some people like buying the mass-produced, readily available type of gear. Some people like going after the more expensive, hard to obtain type of gear. They all do the same thing. Not going to lie, they all do the same thing. Anybody that tells you any different is trying to sell you something. If you know what a cottage industry is, if you know what that means, then that's how I associate with the rarer gear. But now you obviously get people that are mass producing expensive gear trying to pass it off as cottage industry gear, which kind of muddies the water a bit. So you have to be kind of careful. The thing is, you have a budget, you buy what you can afford. That's it. It's all going to do the same thing. Rob, I'm going to sign up for your Patreon because I like your accent, but I doubt those two from Vaporwave would. Well, you see, the thing is, Vaporwave has a Patreon scheme as well, and they charge, their entry level is £3. I'm only £1.99. £1.99. And you get this. Or spend £3 and you get some little ginger midget and some grease monkey just talking shite. It's I know what I'd spend my money on. If you don't know, Alex and Lloyd from Vaporwave, all the time in the world for them. Love them to bits. We're not going to talk about die codes because yes, we're just not going to talk about die codes. Is there anything else that I need to tell you about? Not really. That is about it. There will be a charity raffle coming up again in the next couple of days. So for this charity raffle, and if I've missed questions, bear with me. I'll stop and I'll ask you to repeat the questions I missed. Right, here's the first thing that is going up for the charity raffle. If you don't know about the charity raffles, we do them every month. I put in things that I've either bought, been given for review, or somebody has sent me on specifically to put into the charity raffle. We raise on average about 25 grand or £25,000 a year for charity, and we're on track to do that this year again. So this is the first thing that is going to be in the pot. This was the one. It was sent on to me by Herbie at Infineon. It's a side by side, and yeah, it's a single 18650 USB there. The firing button on this is superb. I have reviewed this if you're at all interested in it. Yep, go on. The only thing I just noticed, I took it down off the shelf, and I don't remember that little chip being there. There's a tiny little chip out of it. I'm so pissed off, but I just noticed that there. But that is the first thing that is going into the charity raffle. Atty to go with it. I'm going to put an Atty to go there with it, and I'm putting in the hood, this to go with it, and I think I've actually, yeah, the Gambit. Has this got my name on it? I can't remember now. I've forgotten. I mean, this, what was this? This was about €190, was it? No, it's not. No. What was the one that had? Was it the Chariot that had my name on it? Anyway, forgotten. So this is. No, I can't get it back together now. I've broken it. Why did I take it to bits? There we go. Pop that back in there. So that's going to be going up as well. So that's a very, very posh RDA to go with very, very, very posh mod. These were two things that I got for review, but I'm going to put them up. And the only other thing that I'm going to put in there is, once again, a huge, huge shout out to Atmazoo, who constantly support the charity raffles. You saw the gold vape snail. Well, they've also got this black edition. Hopefully that... How funky is that? It's very, very cool. So this is like a limited edition one. So that's going to be going in the charity raffle as well. Right, there we go. That's everything that's going up for grabs in that. Pop that in there, pop that in there. We'll put this here. What else have I got for you? Oh, there's a shameless plug. I don't care. It's me. It's my YouTube channel. This is something I like. This is something I paid for, so I can do this kind of stuff. Right, there we go. I love my watches. I love my watches. So I didn't know about this. I didn't know this was a thing, but Seikos, apparently you can take your Seikos, and I got this, it didn't look like this, an old SKX 007 I think is the model number, and I sent it off to a company called CS Watches. It's like custom Seiko, CS Watches, and put a new strap on it for me, new bezel, new second hand, new chapter ring, I think it's chapter ring in the inside, and I got it all customized, and well chuffed. So there you go, CS Watches. If you have a Seiko watch and you want to get it customized, contact him. This was not sponsored. I did not get paid for this. I did pay to get this upgraded. The only thing I got for free was the watch off of Mr. Elliot. Thank you, Mark. Got to put the watch back on. Right. Thomas, yeah, it's a couple of weeks before Christmas. I'm sticking with before Christmas. Rob, what do you think about Afghanistan? Rob, it's a vaping channel, buddy. It's a vaping channel. If you're looking for an opinion in Afghanistan, then this is not the place. If we were down the pub, however, and we were having a Guinness, I would happily share my opinion with you. The Pepsi. I've actually got a 00. Well, it's not mine. It's my father-in-law's. It's my father-in-law's. It's not working, so I've got a Pepsi in the house as well. So there we go. Right. Charity raffle covered. We've been going for 54 minutes. Now is the time when I tidy up. And if you have any specific questions, or there's anything you want to know about the channel, or anything, now's the time to ask. So just shout out. And I'm going to keep vaping with the Har. I'm going to keep vaping with the Kyo. Yum, 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 yum. Lovely. We'll put this to one side. Put this up here. Justice. No, he's not getting anything, Pam, because he's been he's had lots of sweeties today already, and it's a bit early for him to be getting anything else. I'm very, very sorry. Very sorry. Any plans for a shed fest? Preferably not in the middle of nowhere. But like the middle of England. No, I wouldn't do a shed fest. If there's any vape events, I would certainly go along in the UK now. I don't know about Expo and things like that, like big ones in the UK. No, maybe not, but pub meets and things like that, yeah, I'm all game for. But I would never do a specific shed one. I would, well, don't know. Never say no. Never say no. I learned that because, I mean, it was it 4 or 5 years after I started reviewing before I actually went to a vape event. Because I always said I would never go to one because I suffer from anxiety, and I had depression at the time, so it wasn't really a good mix. But then I started going to them, and over the years, I love them. I absolutely love vape events, really do. Optimist, yes, I did. The members section going down. I'm now on Patreon. I put a message up in the YouTube channel. I put a message up in the Facebook group. I couldn't email everybody because that was one of the things from YouTube that I had an issue with, is that there was no way of me doing a mass email to everybody that was a YouTube member. Whereas in Patreon I can do that. So yeah, the short and sweet version is I'm now on Patreon under Todd's Reviews. Cuz has the MK Mods giveaway been drawn? Yes. This is not a hook or a bait or anything, this, but that's what's currently up as the giveaway on the Patreon thing. An MK 18650 DNA 75C. It's not been drawn yet, mate. I'll probably, actually I might do it tomorrow. Probably do it tomorrow. What coil height did you have when you used your cubics? Can't remember, mate. Sorry, Darren. I honestly cannot remember. I didn't get anything in respect of news about Patreon. Optimist, that's the thing. It's on. Like if I go to, I couldn't email you to tell you that I didn't have that option, but I did. You know, if you go to community, I did post this up here 2 days ago. I kind of hoped that I would get everybody that was subscribed that would see that there, but yeah, I just didn't have the option. I didn't have the option of emailing you. It was that simple. And the problem was is that people were missing lives. People weren't getting notifications from YouTube anyway. So I just had to make the hard jump to Patreon. Any idea where to find STL models to print? I found one for the Converter Mod and Legacy, but wondering if there was a big Vaping and related 3D models website. Yeah, Thingiverse. Thingiverse is the main 3D print site. I know our Cuz Davidson. He's put a couple of really nice little mods up on Thingiverse. Where else? Remember the time I'll never put my name on a natty. Yeah, I remember a time when I said I would never weigh over 15 stone. I remember a time when I said I would never dye my hair. Or I would, yeah. Things change. Life changes. Same here, just had a chance to meet Ski, the others, not in the middle of nowhere, seen as I missed the lad. Yep. Optimist, the last thing I heard from you was about the members collaboration thing. Yes, that was a post I put up for members, was that I asked what their opinion was on looking at building a mod, and I was going to do it in conjunction and feedback from the members in YouTube. And I discussed this in a live in the Patreon, the new Patreon thing. I'll not go into that just now. You could have a new Ohm Shed meet. There we go. Frankomizer, you are very late, my friend. You're very late. Mr. Jedi's Punk, who I've already slagged off. I've said many nasty things about him. I was supposed to get my hair cut on Wednesday, mate. No, Friday. I was supposed to get it cut on Friday, but I had to cancel, so I'm not getting my hair cut until Wednesday. Never wear a salmon coloured shirt. Is that your input on? No, sorry. Can you put your face on it? Certainly not. said the same thing about a Patreon, but we can all see the £1.23 has been successful. Yes, the £1.23. That's how it all started off. It was a joke, the whole Patreon thing, from the Facebook group, and people actually, if they wanted to become a patron, they had to send £1.23 in coins to my address. That was the only way you could become a patron. And then there was like 20 names on it. I had 20 names. I've actually got a drawer here that is full of pennies and 2pences and stuff. It was just for shits and giggles. It's all about having a laugh. It's all about fun. If you're not having fun doing this, then there's no point in doing it. I would say thanks. Now I know the difference. Can't wait to try the Kyo. I hope you enjoy it when you get it. And there we go. What else? I am hoping to get a hold of I've never had an SVA mod, and I'm hoping to pick up one, buy one at the end of this month. Their new AIO mod. I think the second run is at the end of this month, and I think I've managed to get my name down for it. So I'll be buying one of them to show off. I've never reviewed an SVA mod. I actually want to see more pictures of it first, because all the pictures and photos I've seen of people putting up, they're all these arty-farty, you know, like black backgrounds and and you can't actually see the mod. I want to see the device before I buy it. So I'm buying that purposely for review, because everybody's doing, me as well, everybody's doing Boro mods and Boro tanks and stuff like that just now, so I fancy trying something else out. And plus, I have a fire extinguisher in the shed. Oh, you know, it's an Italian mod after all. Joke. That was a joke. Oh, great! There's a Kyo going to Grim Green. Grim Green will be doing a review for it. Just I haven't mentioned that. So as soon as we've got them boxed and ready to go, there'll be one going out to him to play with. We were. Don't think. I know Matt and Basardo, Mr. Basardo, did reviews for the Har, but I don't think either of them are actually Boro tank users or billet box users, so I didn't bother contacting them about reviewing this. I would have done either way. Other way. Any TV recommendations? Don't watch The Green Knight. It's so up itself. It's unbelievable. It really is. It's trying to be like all arty but it's trying too hard to be clever. It's just a bad film, in my opinion. It looks beautiful. I mean, it looks really pretty. It's almost up there with like The Fountain. Did you ever watch The Fountain? It's almost up there with that. It's just takes itself too seriously. What else did we watch? Not much of anything, to be honest. That's been about it recently. Yeah, I'll not tell you what I was actually watching this morning. It's rather embarrassing. Did you see Grim vent his batteries with the Insider? Imagine doing that. That's really embarrassing. I can't imagine being a reviewer and actually venting a battery or making your mod get hot live on camera. I would probably jack it all in and never do another review if that happened to me again. Somebody mentioned it earlier on. Give a Kyo to rebuildable Ryan. No. No. I'm sure he's lovely. He's really pretty. But yeah, there's a big difference. I mean, this is the thing. There's a big difference between you know, people that are generating tens of thousands of atties and tanks and mods and making lots of money from it, and little people that are probably making pence off things. We can't just hand them out. Trust me, that there are several people that I would love nothing more than to send a KO on to. I don't even have a proper one myself. I've only got a pre-production one. Would you consider Tony B and Bogan to review the KO? No offence to Tony at all, and I'll say this and be totally upfront. Tony tends to do more unboxing type stuff. The videos I've seen, I don't watch a lot of other reviewers. I don't really watch reviews at all, to be honest. But what I have seen of Tony always seems to do it's first impression type videos, or he's only used it for a couple of days, and I wouldn't put my product out to somebody unless they were going to test it first. And Bogan, possibly. I don't know. I'd have to speak with Van and Dell. 2 words: pipe and bomb. Been there, done that. Frankenmiser's using an insider. We all tried to warn Nick he'd forgotten the ear pin insulator. Shit happens. That's the thing. I mean, shit happens. You know, it's. Matt saying I've not seen Grimm's battery instant. I've never. The Sputnik. I saw your comment. Actually, did I? Had the Sputnik not been out for a while though? That was my only. I think that was the only reason I didn't. Because I remember the guys. I remember them kicking about on the sales group for a while. No. my typing skill. Yeah, that has been out for a while. Yeah, that's been out for near a year now. Yeah, I don't think. Sounds a bit shit. It's not something I would necessarily go and buy now for a review because it's been out for so long. That sounds a bit shit, but there'd be limited people that would actually be interested in the video. Yeah, sorry, that just sounds like a total cop out. It really does. Yeah, mate, a while, but less than a year. Yeah. Guess what, folks? YouTubers are human. Absolutely. Absolutely. And anybody that tells you any different is trying to sell you something. It's just... Hang on, I need a vape. You may notice I hardly vape when I start talking. I think I closed off the juice flow control on this earlier on, and it's just a little bit on the dry side. Yep, I did. Right. Is there an upcoming ATI you're excited for? Not that I'm aware of. To be brutally honest, I not. I mean, I've got Umbrella Mods are putting something out. They're the guys that did this build tab that you see me using, the cryptid. They've actually got a tank coming out. It looks quite smart. I'm not sure if it's going to be much different to everything else that you see these days. But they are sending it on. They're actually giving me some spare so that I can give away. So there you go. Limited people know you do reviews. I do reviews. I never knew that. I never knew that. Looking forward to the Norseam Squonker. Yes. Yes. Do you still do 3D printing? Yes. The last venting I had was with my Nemesis. Yeah, venting with a Nemesis is kind of fun. Still got this. It's still. This is one of the last ones. You can, in case you don't know, you can always tell the last ones because they've got the heavy engraving. You know, a lot of the early ones, it's it's just laser print, and it's kind of missing. And the 510 was also different as well. This was, for those that remember, I mean, this was the king back in the day. It really was. They nailed it with this. They really did. They nailed it. Remember, sorry, I'm just reminiscing. And then JD Tech came along and basically cloned it. And then, what was his name again? Andrew. Was it Andrew? I can't remember. Then he decided not to go ahead with that one and released the Stingray instead. Yeah. Memories. The Cabello is... Cabello's a very, very good RTA. Actually, that's coming along as well. What did I do with the... I posted this up in the Patreon thing. I don't know how to read my... I don't know how to read my own posts. The Kumo. Yeah, this thing. This should be with me. I don't know why that's showing all of that. What's that down? There we go. Yeah, the Kumo is should be here with me tomorrow or Tuesday. For those of you that don't know, it's basically short and sweet version. It's the same wicking setup as the Cabello. It's been done in conjunction with steam pipes. So we've got any more? So if you've seen the Cabello wicking, the way the juice is brought up to the top, it's the exact same. But the deck's different, if I remember right. The deck is more kind of old school. So, yeah, looking forward to that. But that's hopefully going to be another affordable option, shall we say? Affordable option. I don't know how much it's going to be. I really don't. How do I get back to this? There we go. Dominic's got an Edge coming in Tuesday. Edge, very, very good. Sup Todd, you got any Kumo RDTA from Aspire? Hopefully I've just answered that. And the Kumo looks good. I just couldn't get the last single-sided airflow. Yep. Even Basardo does not go in this long. It's an hour and 14. Right, I better go. Thank you so much for spending your Sunday afternoon with me, and I'm sorry, I literally have no sweeties for him. He's just had enough. There's no justice for TG. See, there's just none. I'm sorry, pal. There's no sweeties. None at all. I'm a bad man. Yeah. Take care. Have a lovely afternoon. And I will catch up with you very, 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 very soon. Bye for now.